What's up, YouTube? Pastor Bob. Well, I haven't done a coin or silver bullion video in a long time. I figured I'd just throw one out there today. Seeing that Uncle Don, aka President Trump, aka the Trumpster, aka the Donster. I think he's hilarious. I just wish he wasn't so frickin' repetitive. For such an intelligent man, he repeats himself like he needs to uh, teach a child how to ride a bicycle or something. I mean, good God, please, man, change your dialogue, man. And then he's all beautiful tariffs. Good God, please, man. You guys want to do tariffs? Do reasonable tariffs. I don't have a shit show going on. For crying out loud. So let me tell you, there, Mr. President Trump, aka the Donster. There's only two things, well, three things. Well, maybe four things that are beautiful in this world. One is someone you love. Two, I'd have to always say, should be number one, but planet Earth, right? Beautiful. Humans make it ugly. Three, silver. Beautiful silver. And four, beautiful gold if you can afford it, right? I guess there might be five beautiful guitars. And we could go on and go to sex and beautiful go-karts and beautiful watches and beautiful paper and beautiful. I guess you guys are getting the point. It's stupid. But we all do know the truth. These are beautiful. I don't know if they're beautiful, but they're definitely beautiful. Oh my God. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox for a while. Oh God. Stock up on rice. I don't think we have very many rice fields in America. We got potatoes though. Might be eating hemp seeds. Who knows? Oh God, I'm sorry. I have to get it out of me because it's all a bunch of stupidity. Anyway, I got these Rurus, kangaroos. If you guys ever seen these or not? Australian kangaroos. 2025. 49 silver. And they got old dude on the front. Well, maybe this one. Show old dude. The kingless of England. Oh, good God. Yeah, they're pretty nice. Ampex was running a deal on them. And I had bought them. I figured I'll open them up and show them to you guys. Because sometimes I don't open stuff up for a while, But they were running a deal on them, and I thought, I'll do a funny video. I had to say it. Sorry, guys. I had to say it. Because, people forget, you need to, marginalize your portfolio, with silver and gold and platinum and palladium and, different things, right? For your wealth, to secure your wealth. I'm telling you, I remember when silver was $7 an ounce and gold was $300 an ounce. Now look at it, sky high. So, people say, oh, well, I'll wait until it comes back down to $20. Well, you might be waiting for the rest of your life and die and not ever see it again. I mean, I think those days are behind us. I really do. Is it possible? Well, anything's possible, you know. It's possible that Jesus will come back tomorrow, sit down at my table and have lunch with me, but I mean, being reasonable, probably not going to happen. So, I will tell you, you know, it's smart to invest in silver. Look, if you're going to invest in it to make money, silver's really more of a hedge against, you know, bad times. That's really what it's for. It's always going to be worth something, right? I use silver more than any other metal uh, in pharmaceutical goods and things like that, electronics. So, you know, the value of silver and probably the value of gold will probably be the next thing that's going to spike. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when tariffs are introduced at higher prices, right, they're going to want to be hiding money somewhere, right, and cost somewhere. And they could say, oh, well, let's up the price of gold. Let's up the price of silver. Let's up the price of platinum. Because those metals, they could just raise the stakes on and they become more expensive, causing the price of goods to go up. So there's many different places and ways to, you know, gain more money, increase their wealth. They could all drop to zero, but that doesn't mean that prices are going to change any, because importers and exporters, they both can be, you know, increasing the prices of their goods based on the welfare of their country. So that's why I laugh at the whole thing. It's like people just see what they're telling you. They're not, you know, disclosing what's going on behind, you know, closed doors. It's what they're not telling you should be worried about. I wouldn't be worried about all that stuff. They're going to do their thing and do the little whining, do their hype show. Everybody's going to watch the TV. They're going to make money off the TV shows and all the hype. And people are going to be upset and do stupid things instead of just being calm, right? Because the fact is, no country in the world can do anything unless the people decide to let them do it. Period. But the fact of the matter is, you know, America's been getting boned for many years. They've been being nice. They've been building the wealth and, you know, the families around the world. We really have. That's the fact of the matter. And quite frankly, all we want is a little bit more of the pie, bigger slice of the pie. Well, people are going to lie and cheat and steal and show you all kinds of numbers and tell you all kinds of things. Well, that's not our problem. The problem is you got caught, so now you're going to make more lies and more stories. Look, I don't mind having peace around the world, and I don't mind helping people out, but it gets out of hand. It really does. So there has to be balance. Do I think what Trump's doing? I think he's doing things too fast. Think he needs to slow his roll. I think people need to look things through a little bit more. There needs to be a balance around the world where everybody is happy, where, you know, economies are a little more evenly dispersed. But that's never going to happen. Never going to happen. There's always going to be sacrifice. Somebody's going to be sacrificed. So the question is, who gets sacrificed? You know, people worried about the cost of this and that. Well, maybe we should have our own stuff here being made. I do agree with that. I believe that every country should always have certain goods made. That's the way, you know, we used to be the number one tools in the world, right? We used to be well, actually, I think it was Rhode Island was the uh, jewelry capital of the world. you know, at one time. Costume jewelry, yeah. Now I know that my papa, Anthony Aquino, he was part owner in several different companies in Providence back when I was a little kid. And I used to go to the foundries and I'd sit there for hours and buff out earrings and bracelets and all kinds of stuff in the foundry. I used to see that stuff, man, and I really didn't understand it because I was just, a young kid. I was only like 10 years old when Papa used to bring me up there. But all those buildings are empty today. Where did they go? China. So what does that tell you? People don't care because they just want low price goods? Well, there's a cost that comes with that. And I guess that's really where we all have to sit and start thinking about it. We should have our own pharmaceutical stuff. We should be able to grow everything that we need in America. America is a very special country because we have very unique climates in America. So we're able to do just about everything that everybody else in the world can do right here. Now, does that mean that we need to become greedy all of a sudden? No. Is this a rich people's war? Sure is. It's one side of rich fighting the other side of rich. And who ends up paying in the long run? The lower middle class. I don't care what kind of facade that they try to feed you or what kind of BS story. That's what's happening at the top, right? That's what happens with Democrats and Republicans. The picture should be very clear. Now, there's going to be people that agree with me and disagree with me. But if you disagree with me, go study economics before you disagree with me. I did. I understand it. I understand what the trade wars are. I understand what, import and export is. I understand tariffs. I understand taxes. And it dwindles down to everybody in the system, right? The problem with wealth is the guys at the top get real greedy, right? And they take high stake risks on certain things like opening up new businesses and, building new skyscrapers, whatever it may be, right? Expanding their production. But when you're not friends with the people that come into power in that country and they have a new agenda, it can be devastating. It can be brutal. And that's what we're seeing right now. Brutality on another level. Then there's the chameleons. The rich chameleons, right? They stay somewhere in the middle. And they're willing to, barter and bargain, right? To make things a little more even so that it settles the playing field a little better. And there's not so much, hostility going on. But when big superpowers start having wars like this, guys, nothing good happens from it. Nothing good comes of it. And prices will go up. And they're not coming back down, no matter what. It's been initiated. So, I was talking to Mary Ann the other day, and she says, "Well, dollar store ain't the dollar store no more." I said, "What?" She says, "Yeah, it's like $1.25, $2.50, $3, $5 items." I was like, "Well, that didn't take long." So, it's going to happen. There's going to be some people that are going to reduce stock right now. You're going to see prices on certain things drop. And you're going to say, wow, well, you should probably buy it if you can. Because I think when they restock things, it's probably going to be the problem. That's just how I see it. I mean, I can't tell you for a fact that's what's going to happen, but I mean, think about it. Back in the 1920s, the prices of things were much different than today. How did those prices creep up like that? It was throughout time and history where they do certain little things and then a push on the prices go up. Prices of everything. So all you got to do is look back in history. Could it have stayed a dollar? Probably, if everybody kept their prices at what it was. And what happens? Well, somebody says, well, I want to raise it to $2, then 5, then 100, then 1,000, then 10,000. That's exactly what happens. It's nothing new. This has been going on for, God, probably thousands of years. So I wouldn't be too worried about it. But I would tell you that you should have a hedge like this, with silver and gold and platinum and things like that. Certain types of goods that people are going to want. Because here's the thing, wants and needs. I've seen people, a lot of people, to be honest with you, they'll put their wants before their needs. And then you have the people that always put their needs before their wants. So there's always a balance there. And if you don't think that people who study economics don't realize that, they do. That's why they call people consumers. Because they consume. I see so many people that are so wasteful today. Something breaks, instead of trying to fix it, throw it in the garbage, go buy another one. It defeats the point. Right? I mean, why not try to fix it? But I don't know. That doesn't say everybody's that way. I'm just saying that's the thing that I see from a lot of people. Wastefulness and stupidity. So, I don't agree or disagree with what President Trump's doing. I understand what he's doing, but I think there would be a better way. There's a softer way of going about it. And trying to broadside people and just being an asshat. I don't know. I don't think that that's the right approach. But, he's the president and I'm not. He's got the power and I don't. So, we'll see what happens from it. Maybe he'll do good things. Maybe better things will come for America. Or, maybe we're in for a storm. But prepare yourself no matter what. Like I said, silver and gold and platinum and palladium, gemstones, watches, guitars, things like that, man. People always want them. Tools, parts, car parts, all kinds of different parts, because those prices are going to end up going up. So think outside the box. If you can afford a little bit of something, to buy a little bit of something, don't go overboard. Don't spend the family fortune, but stock up on a little extra food, things like that. Just be prepared. Anyways, guys, take care. God bless. This is Pastor Bob, and I'm out of here. See ya.